So you had actually compared MLK, Martin Luther King, to Jesus.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I think Martin Luther King is okay. I think Jesus, and I think that I should preface this by telling you I know nothing about religion. And I was raised with no religion whatsoever. Most people assume I'm Jewish because my last name's Schulz. I'm not Jewish. My dad is Catholic. My mom was like Protestant, but neither of them raised me religious at all. So I don't know shit about religion. But I have recognized that over the years there are these prophets, right? Mm-hmm. And you have different prophets come out. You had Jesus, you had Muhammad, you had a bunch of people that have come out. I really think prophets are just people that are so incredibly special for their time and so motivational and think so far outside the box and think so humanely. Like the same way that LeBron has this athletic talent, they have a humanitarian talent, right? And I think that if MLK was born in a time where we didn't have the access to science and access to kind of like knowledge that we do about the world, we would absolutely consider him a prophet like Jesus. Like, and I think the same thing about Mandela. I think the same thing probably about Gandhi. It's just the time that they were raised, we don't accept that prophets just pop up out of nowhere and speak for God. But if you listen to like the things that Martin Luther King Jr. says, I was raised on Martin Luther King Jr. Like we listened to the speeches every Martin Luther King Jr. day. My dad made us sit down and do it. Like he was revolutionary to my father in terms of like, kind of exposing him to the civil rights struggle and really, what was going on. So that was really important as far as my foundation being raised. And it's like, it's very hard when someone's hitting you to not hit back and to know that this person will actually, and the rest of the world will actually feel worse when you don't hit back, when you hug. You know what I mean? Like, if like that is to have the mental fortitude to understand that and execute that and get other people to execute that. Right? When you saw dogs and being sicked on people who were just peacefully protesting and shooting them with water, that strikes a chord in human beings. And to have that understanding, like, is just, to me, it's prophetic, right? Like, again, I don't know anything about religion. I'm just saying we only get these special people every so often.
Right.
So from my understanding and the kind of reading that I've done about him, I feel like there's no difference between him and Jesus or any of these other guys.
So you compared him, Jesus, Gandhi, who else? Mandela. Mm-hmm. Now, who that's actually living would be put in that same category, according to you? Because, Mandela died not too long ago. Is there nobody?
I don't know if we have one right now, man. I mean, there's a lot of great people. Don't get me wrong. There's great people who really care, but like prophets are a different species.
Obama?
You know who might be? Not Obama.
Not Obama? No. Why not Obama?
There's too much blood on his hands.
Okay.
There has to. I think Obama's a great guy. I think he's a great president. I really respect him as a human being, and I just find him just to be a really intriguing person, right? Mm-hmm. But as a president of a nation, of an empire, really, when you think of the United States, you got responsibility to murk dudes. Right. You know what I mean? When you got responsibility to murk motherfuckers, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, but Bin Laden had to go.
But you're agreeing on like drone strikes all over the place. And I'm not saying that these aren't the right things to do, but once you have that on your hands, it's hard to be put in that prophetic situation.
Yeah, I mean, MLK wasn't putting hits out on people he didn't like.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe put some hits out on some pussy. Right. But yeah, so I think, not Obama, I think, who might be close, to be honest with you, in a very different way? Elon Musk. And I just think that because he has, world-class intellect in like, not in terms of like gadgets and shit, but like understanding what the kind of world needs. And just like, Martin Luther King had world-class intellect in terms of like understanding what people need and how to motivate. So, and I think that some of the things that he's coming up with, the advancements in technology could bring us closer to a world peace, if you will. Like just The fact that he's willing to give away his technology, he's not trying to like hoard it and charge tons of money and do like a fucking,
Oh, really?
Oh,
I own a Tesla. He's not giving away shit.
He's giving away the technology. Anybody can. He gave away the patent for it.
For Tesla?
For Tesla, for the motor. I got to look it up exactly, but for the whatever motor, that kind of shit like that, he's saying anybody else can use it. We need to make this world less oil reliant.
Do you know how much a Tesla Model S costs?
How much?
It's like, I mean, depending on the model, anywhere from 80-something thousand to 150,000.
All right.
He's not giving the shit away.
I didn't say he's giving away the car. I'm saying the technology he could copyright, right? And make sure no one else could use it. And then all of a sudden these other car companies couldn't create gasless cars, right? But the fact that he's willing to give this stuff away means that other people can also create these types of cars, and then we can live in a less oil-reliant
But
world.
there's been electric cars before Tesla.
Look, I might be wrong. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. I just see something kind of special in that guy.
No, I mean, he's dope. I mean, you know, SpaceX is dope. Solar City is dope. I mean, he's even talking about revolutionizing the way factories are run by like tenfold and everything.
Sure.
I think he's great. And he risked billions of dollars of his personal fortune, you know, to create this stuff. He's even talking about, I don't know if you heard about the, you know, like the tube that'll take you from like LA to San Francisco in like 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Insane.
Yeah. You know, and then go cross country.
Hyperloop, it's called.
Hyperloop, yeah, there you go. Like that type of shit. I think he's great, but...
Yeah, LA to San Francisco, 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Where it takes like 6 hours to drive.
And New York to LA in 45, which is even crazier. It goes so fast that it needs time to slow down. That's why there's only a 15-minute difference. Like, by the time it reaches top speed, New York to San Francisco, it has to slow down. Most of the trip is slowing down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is some wild... It's just revolutionizing the world, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess you can compare him to maybe an Einstein, but then again, Einstein was also responsible for creating the atom bomb, which, you know, Hiroshima wasn't.
Sure.
Would probably disagree with you.
Sure.
You know, Japan probably disagree with you.
But
in that regard.
obviously. But then at the same time, you could say that. I mean, you might be able to argue that the atom bomb is actually the reason why we haven't been in World War. You could make an argument.
You could.
That the atom bomb is the reason why we have... I'm thinking about, we had World War I in 1910, 1911, something like that.
20s, yeah.
Was it 20s?
I think the 1920s.
Okay,
World War II was like in the 40s.
Yeah, but so that we're talking about 20 years in between world wars. We were back in another world war in fucking 20
in a generation.
In one generation. We didn't even raise new men to go to war yet. Actually, that's what we did. We literally came back from war, fucked. The second they were old enough to give them a gun, we went right back to World War. And we haven't had a world war since. We've had wars, don't get me wrong, we have had conflicts.
Had a lot of wars. And in fact, you could really say that we actually have had world wars. It's just that the superpowers would just wage them in smaller countries.
Right. So we do, yes, there's proxy wars. I agree with you. But proxy wars don't kill the same amount of people that world wars do. So you could argue that because we have nuclear weapons, because Russia, we have mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
I can't send a bomb to Russia because Russia's going to send a bomb to me and now we're all dead.
Right.
So in a way...
Right. And of course you got North Korea over there. With the finger on the trigger.
I don't think... North Korea is a weird one. I think North Korea gets a rough reputation.
Really?
Yeah.
You're down with North Korea?
I'm not down with it, but it's like every time I'm hearing the news, North Korea tests a missile. What you supposed to do with missiles? Test them. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. Is test them. Like.
Do you know that in North Korea, the penalty for having a cell phone is death?
Did you know in Singapore the penalty for having drugs is death? I'm just saying, Singapore seems like this really fun, wild country, and they have Cruising USA, the video game that drives through it, and everybody wants to check out Singapore, and if you have weed, they'll fucking hang you in public square. Right. So it's like, and to also what you always think about the jails in North Korea, America got more people in jail per capita than North Korea, I think.
Yeah, probably right.
So it's like, my point is, we test missiles all the time. Yeah. Russia tests missiles all the time. Yeah. I'm sure the UK tests missiles all the time. They want to test their missile. All of a sudden, it's a huge fucking deal.
It's a huge fucking deal.
Look, I work with them on mad good good guys. Good heart, good guys. Give you the shirt off their back. Is it ironic? Is it a coincidence that most of their friends are white and got white wives? They like white women? I mean.
And they develop envy because they go home. They get out the car with their friend, with their other partner, and he listening to your music. They walk in the house, they girl listening to your music. They go downstairs, the kids doing a dance to your music. Now they are hypnotized with hatred.